In Villepinte, France, at the forefront of the international homeland security industry, the French Interior Minister Laurent Nunez delivered a powerful message at Milipol, the leading global event dedicated to safety and security technologies. It's at this prestigious event that Nunez laid out his vision for the future of policing in France, one that fully integrates advanced technology into the day-to-day operations of law enforcement. Central to his vision is the continued and expanded use of algorithmic video surveillance, a technology that he believes is key to ensuring the safety and security of citizens, not only during major events, but every single day. At the heart of Nunez's message is the importance of leveraging technology in the fight against crime and in maintaining public safety. During his visit to the Milipol exhibition centre, he made it clear that the trials conducted during the Paris 2024 Olympics were just the beginning. Our security forces must be able to use it for day-to-day policing beyond major sporting or cultural events where the police and gendarmerie are already deployed in large numbers, Nunez stated. These words are not just rhetoric. They reflect a pivotal moment in the evolution of policing, where the boundaries of technology and traditional law enforcement are starting to blur. The trials that took place during the 2024 Olympics, which used AI-assisted video surveillance to monitor public spaces and crowds, proved to be a resounding success. The data collected showed the immense potential of these technologies in preventing crime, responding to emergencies, and ultimately ensuring a higher level of public safety. For Nunez, the question is not whether these technologies should continue to be used. It's a matter of how best to expand their use in the long term. He stresses that these advancements are not just for the big events. While large gatherings such as the Olympics certainly require heightened security, the real value of these technologies lies in their ability to be integrated into everyday policing. For Nunez, the goal is to create a security infrastructure where law enforcement agencies can rely on AI-driven surveillance to identify potential threats, track suspicious behavior, and respond quickly to incidents, regardless of the size of the event or the location. Let's stop once and for all denying those who protect us, whose sole aim is to protect us, what we so readily accept in other areas of our daily lives, Nunez said, urging the public to reconsider their stance on the use of surveillance technologies in policing. In many aspects of life, we accept technological innovations that make our daily tasks easier and more efficient. From online shopping algorithms that recommend products to navigation systems that guide us through traffic, we embrace these advancements without hesitation. Nunez's argument is that when it comes to public safety, the same logic should apply. Just as we trust technology in other areas of life, we should trust it to protect us in our communities. Of course, this is not a simple issue. The use of video surveillance, especially AI-driven systems, raises significant questions about privacy and civil liberties. The debate over surveillance technologies often centers on the balance between security and freedom, with critics warning of the potential for mass surveillance and the erosion of personal freedoms. However, Nunez firmly believes that it's possible to strike the right balance, one where technology can be used to enhance public safety while safeguarding individual rights. As the Interior Minister explained, his commitment is to finding that balance, ensuring that the adoption of new technologies doesn't infringe on the rights of citizens. Obviously, as Minister of the Interior, I will be very committed to this balance, he noted, emphasizing that the protection of individual freedoms is just as important as the protection of the public. For him, the use of AI surveillance is not a matter of surveillance for the sake of surveillance. It is about providing law enforcement with the tools they need to better protect citizens, to ensure that officers can focus their efforts on high-priority tasks and to respond quickly when emergencies arise. But beyond the general argument for smart surveillance, Nunez also discussed specific incidents where traditional security measures fell short, making the case for technology-based solutions even stronger. One notable example he pointed to was the Louvre incident, where calls were made for a police station to be set up at the location to improve security. However, Nunez was quick to point out that it's simply not feasible to deploy the same level of security personnel in every public space, especially not on a permanent basis. We will never be able to maintain the unprecedented level of security personnel deployed during the Olympics, and we will never be able to keep opening new police stations endlessly across the country, he said. The reality is that France, like many other countries, is facing resource constraints when it comes to law enforcement. There simply aren't enough police officers to have a constant physical presence everywhere. This is where intelligent video surveillance comes in. By allowing police officers and gendarmes to focus their efforts where they are needed most, these systems can act as a force multiplier, enhancing the effectiveness of the resources already in place. Through real-time monitoring, AI systems can detect suspicious activity, track movements in crowded areas, and provide crucial data to law enforcement officers, enabling them to respond more quickly and efficiently. Nunez's comments highlight a crucial point in the ongoing debate about AI surveillance. Technology is not a replacement for human officers, but rather a tool that complements and enhances their abilities. In an age where security threats are becoming more complex and widespread, there is an increasing need for smart solutions that can help officers stay ahead of potential dangers, whether it's a public gathering, a cultural event, or even an everyday scene in a busy city centre. The use of AI surveillance offers a way to augment traditional policing methods, making law enforcement more proactive and responsive. But as Nunez pointed out, these technologies must be introduced with careful consideration and robust safeguards to ensure they do not overstep boundaries. There must be transparency in how the data is collected and used, and strict regulations must be in place to protect individual privacy. Public trust is critical for the success of these systems, and without it, even the most sophisticated technologies will struggle to make an impact. As we look toward the future of policing in France, and indeed across the world, it's clear that technology will play an increasingly central role in maintaining public safety. From AI-driven video surveillance to predictive policing algorithms, the tools available to law enforcement agencies are evolving at a rapid pace. But with this evolution comes responsibility. The key will be ensuring that these tools are used ethically and transparently, with the safety and rights of citizens always at the forefront. For Nunez, the use of intelligent video surveillance is not just a policy shift. It's part of a broader vision for modernizing law enforcement and adapting to the realities of the 21st century. The challenges of policing in a rapidly changing world require innovative solutions. And as the French Interior Minister emphasized, it's time to embrace these solutions while ensuring that they are implemented in a way that respects the freedoms and rights of individuals. Looking ahead, the lessons learned from the trials conducted during the 2024 Olympics will likely shape the direction of future policies, not just in France, but around the globe. As more countries begin to explore the potential of AI in policing, Nunez's message will resonate. The key to maintaining public safety in the future lies in the integration of technology into everyday law enforcement practices. With the right safeguards and a commitment to balance, the future of policing could be smarter, more efficient, and more responsive than ever before. Having been directly involved in the trial authorised by law for the 2024 Olympic and Paralympic Games, I can say that it is absolutely necessary to ensure the continued use of algorithmic video surveillance. Our security forces must be able to use it for day-to-day policing beyond major sporting or cultural events, where the police and gendarmerie are already deployed in large numbers. I say this because I witnessed firsthand the experimentation made possible by the law for the 2024 Olympic and Paralympic Games. It is absolutely essential to make the use of algorithmic video surveillance permanent by ensuring that our security forces can use it for everyday security beyond just major sporting or cultural events, for which the network of police and gendarmes on the ground is generally already very extensive. Let's stop once and for all denying those who protect us, whose sole aim is to protect us, what we so readily accept in other areas of our daily lives. Of course, as Interior Minister, I am committed to maintaining this balance. It is an important balance. The balance between individual freedoms and the protection of our fellow citizens and the use of new technologies is an extremely important element of that protection. Similarly, in the Louvre incident, some people called for a police station to be set up on site. I will say it clearly, we will never be able to maintain the unprecedented level of security personnel deployed during the Olympics, and we will never be able to keep opening new police stations endlessly across the country. But we can achieve the same result, or at least contribute to it, simply by allowing our police and gendarmes to focus or multiply their efforts thanks to intelligent video surveillance.